Fourth of July weekend's coming up. I'm calling it a weekend because we're going to go from Thursday through Tuesday. That's going to be our weekend. We're going to take a little time off, get away from the hustle and bustle of the business here and everything, and spend a whole lot of time at camp. Need to make a few things. Sometimes you got to make stuff for yourself, and that's exactly what I'm doing here today. I just recently did a video on some tumblers we're going to use for up there, skinny tumblers. I did sublimation on those. Do some sublimation today. You can see the steps going through. We needed a flag for our lot at the campground. There's right there. I'll show you how we make that. And of course, I needed a shirt. Got to be in the theme there. So we got the eagle and the flag on the front, but got to have the old Hams bear on the back. So we got a shirt for me there. And then for the great granddaughter, put an eagle on the front of her shirt. No Hams beer on the back of hers though. And for those long neck bottles, we've got a couple different types of what I call t-shirt koozies. These are for long neck bottles. I'll show you how we make those. All of this coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the loft above the shop, and as I mentioned, we're making some stuff for ourselves this time. Nothing to sell. Well, what's going on behind me, that stuff's all sold, but I'm going to be making some projects for myself. We did the tumblers earlier, as I mentioned, different video, and I'm going to do a shirt for my great granddaughter, a shirt for myself, some koozies, and another garden flag. And I have kind of covered all these things in the past, but I'm going to do all these things in a group. I'll show you everything what we're doing. First we'll go to the computer, show you how I'm laying out these graphics, getting them printed, using products from all over the place. The ink on the smaller printed things is Hippo. The sublimation paper for everything is from Hippo. And no, not sponsored here. This is all on our own here. I'll be using a Sawgrass SG1000 printer. Heat Press Nation Signature Series heat press, my Epson 2720 sublimation printer, which I've got down here, and a whole bunch of little miscellaneous things. So let's get on the computer, show you what we're doing, then we'll get going here, we'll get right through the projects. Well, 4th of July is coming up here very shortly, and I just did a video on making some tumblers for our festivities we're going to be having during this very long weekend we're going to take, because we're going to take some days off. And I needed to put a new flag on our campsite, so I made this one here. It's going to be a theme for the 4th of July. I'm also going to make a couple shirts, one for my great granddaughter and of course one for myself with some of these patriotic themes. I'm going to be using some of these graphics here that I bought from designbundles.net to use on tumblers. I'm going to actually use one of these for a shirt. I just need to pick out which one I want here. And I'm thinking I might use that one right there, 138. So I'll need to get that up into Creative Space, or Creative Studio rather. Got to get into the right mode of what I'm doing here. We're not doing Cricut. This Creative Studio is for the Sawgrass. So I need to get my galleries here. I need to add that image to this. Save, that'll put that into my gallery there. Need to create me a custom canvas for this. I'm going to be using 11 by 17 paper. Now we'll do the custom canvas and create my 11 by 17. Back into my gallery here. My image in, and I may need to resize that a little bit. I could rotate it, run it across, see what it looks like if I rotate it. Actually, I kind of like that. And I'm not going to add any text or anything to it. I'm just going to have this on the front of my shirt. Go over here and set it up to print. I'm going to be printing off my bypass tray, of course. I need 11 by 17, which is also called US tabloid. I need to mirror it. Product I'm putting it down as polyester. Paper I'm actually using Hippo, but that's very similar to Texprint R. Of course, we want high quality. And photographic, and we'll keep it at that. Hit on print. It's been successfully queued, so here comes my print manager. There's my image, and it's mirrored. And everything looks good there. Just hit print. And it being 11 by 17, it takes a little while to print that. And just for fun, I think I'm going to put this on the back of my Ham's beer logos. Scale that up just a little bit. Full size, that's close enough. That one and print it. There's tabloid, we're going to mirror it. It's polyester. Keep the Texar print, high quality, photographic. Print. And we are queued. This is known as queued. So print manager should open up here, and there it is. Preview there, it's mirrored just the way I want it. Send that one to the printer. Okay, now for our little t-shirt koozies here that go on the long neck bottles. Import me some pictures for those. Okay, here's my image. And this size is like way too big because we only need this to be 3 by 3. Okay, I had to go up there and get my image. Okay, the width of that is 3, so I can put 2 of them on a page. Real easy. We'll do a Control C, a Control V. And another Control V. And another Control V. Yeah, room for a couple more. One down there. Let's bring in a different one. Put down there. Yeah, let's go with the eagle here. Guess we'll need to resize that. I suppose if I really pushed it, I could get 4 of these on a page down, but I'm not going to push it that far. We'll copy this one, a little paste here. Okay, so we need to print this. Now I'll do this one on the Epson. So print preview. Presentation paper matte, quality high, more options, turn off high speed, mirror image, okay, print. There's my preview and it's mirrored, and we'll send it to the printer. Now while I'm waiting for my graphics to print on the Sawgrass over there, I've got one already printed. I'm going to do a little 4th of July shirt for the great-granddaughter. Already kind of pre-pressed this. Stick a piece of paper inside so we don't get any bleed through to the back, because that happens once in a while. Of course, always make sure you use your lint roller. Make sure there's no lint. Got a small graphic of an eagle here in front of the flag. I'm going to get that centered here. Yeah, I might raise it up a little bit. And just a couple of pieces of heat tape, make sure it doesn't move. Piece of paper on top. Slide it back in. 365 for 60 seconds. And there's our eagle. And that's hot. No bleed through, but it's always a good idea to have a piece of paper in there just in case that happens. This is a toddler size polyester shirt. Well, just to show that not everything comes out perfect every time, here's my flag where we're going to use for the what we call our garden flag at our lot. This is supposed to say lot 3. I don't know what happened down here. I've never had that happen before. But rather than reprint this whole thing, I'm just going to cut this off and I'll make a new one on some 8.5 by 11 for the lot 3 down at the bottom down here. And I'll still just press it all at once. Okay, for my flag, get back to that here now. Put a piece of paper down. I've already pre-pressed this because boy did that come wrinkled out of the box or out of the package. In fact, still got a little bit of a wrinkle down there. With these cheap flags, you'll notice that the seams aren't real straight either, but for the weekend this will work. I'll take my initial one here, I cut the bottom off of it now. Get that one set in place. And I reprinted the lot 3 part here, so we'll put that down here at the bottom. Everything looks good there, and I did use a lint roller on that already. Lay a piece of paper on top of that there. Same as I did on the shirt, 365, 60 seconds. And there we have it. We're on lot 3, by the way. Okay, while my graphics are still printing here, I'll get my shirt here prepped. Put this up here, I'm going to do a little bit of a pre-press on it first. Get rid of some of them wrinkles. And I don't lock it down, I just push it down there for maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Gets rid of any moisture in there, gets rid of the wrinkles. Now I'll make me a piece of paper to go inside here. Again, the reason for the paper is so you don't get any bleed through to the other side should the ink happen to bleed all the way through the fabric and onto the back. And we'll make sure there's no lint or anything. Now to wait for the graphic to finish printing. Okay, got the koozies going here. Got the first batch on one side. I'll show you the whole setup when we do the other side of them. You only do one side at a time on these. And I've cut these down to size. Of course, you need to let them cool off just a little bit before you do the other side. Okay, here's the other side of them. And you could make a design that would cover the whole thing. Maybe you had a pattern or something, or maybe you wanted to put somebody's name up here and a team logo. Lots of different things you can do with these little t-shirt koozies. I gotta see which one's got the eagle on it. That one does. I'm putting the same thing on both sides. So I'll get that squared up. Do a double check, make sure we're right side up. I've made that mistake before. And we're still using the same setting, 365, 60 seconds. And there we are. Koozies for long neck bottles. Again, you could put numbers up here, maybe a team number. You could put a team name here, maybe a team logo, and the number down here. You know, you could duplicate a football uniform if you wanted to. A lot of different things you can do with these little long neck koozies. Okay, I got my graphic here for the back of my shirt. I've already got it pressed. I've already run the lint roller on it. Just need to get things straight here. Put a piece of tape at each corner to make sure it doesn't move. Same time, same temperature. Ham's Beer from the land of sky blue waters. Little vintage beer sign there to put on the back of my Eagle shirt. Well, there it is. And again, the graphics for almost everything here, with the exception of my Ham's Beer sign, that's something I've had for a long time, came from designbundles.net. Not sponsored by them, it's just a place we get a lot of our designs. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, these designs I'm using with the Eagles and the flag and everything were actually designed for the skinny tumblers that we did the sublimation on. I'm just using the same graphics on some different materials. So just because you buy something for, let's say, making a shirt, doesn't mean you can't make something else with it too. And as far as copyright, once you buy that and purchase it from Design Bundles, you will have license to produce that and sell it. Obviously you can't sell the graphic, but you can sell items made with that graphic. Now the Ham's Beer graphic, that is not something we sell. That's for me, that's mine. So I can print as many of them as I want as long as I don't sell them. So with that said, if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up, always helps the channel. I'm Roger in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.